Okay, looking at factorising terms. So the process of factorisation is pretty much the reverse of expanding brackets. So we're taking an expression with two terms and we're making it into something with a bracket in it. Now, the easiest way to do this is to find the highest common factor of the two terms that we're looking at, and then dividing that into each term, which is all this says. So let's consider 4x and 24. We've got an x in this term, but no x in that term, so that can't be a common factor. But in the coefficients, 24 will divide into 4, or they both do have, well in this case it does, but the highest common factor of 4 and 24 is 4. Once we've found the highest common factor, write it down, write it in front of the bracket, and then divide the highest common factor into each of the terms. So I've constructed that here, 4x divided by 4. I've split it up to make it easy to simplify, so it becomes 4 on 4 times x on 1. 4 on 4 becomes 1, 1 times x becomes x. Thus I've written x here. And then I've done the same for 24. 24 divided by 4 is 6. I've written that solution there. And now I've factorized this pair of terms. Let's do the next one. Now in this case we can see that in the first term and in the second term we've both got y's, so that's going to be a common factor. But the highest common factor in the case of the coefficients is 1, so we can ignore that. And just say that our highest common factor is y. I've stuck that out the front. I've divided this by y, here it is here. I've simplified it, and I've ended up with just y. Y divided by y becomes 1, 1 times y is y, and wrote it there. Then I divided this expression here by y, negative 5y divided by y, split it up, ended up with 1. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5, rewrote it here. Now, you would have heard of this thing called cancelling. We could have cancelled here and here. Cross that out, cross that out, cross that out, cross that out. But that's only any good if you understand what's actually going on, why cancelling works. So until you're comfortable with this process, I wouldn't encourage you to do cancelling because it will end up causing us grief when we do algebraic fractions later on. Now, next one. We have this expression here. Common to both of these is 3. I've placed that out the front. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Negative 6b divided by 3 is negative 2b. Finished. Looked at these two terms. The b squareds are common. A is common. We can't say a squared is common because we haven't got an a squared here, so just a. And a common factor of 16 and 24 is 4. So in this case, the highest common factor is 4ab squared. Going through all that working. Write the 4ab out the front, create a bracket, divide 4ab into 16a squared b, which is what I've done here. I've split it up into its constituent parts, 16 on 4, that bit, a squared on a, this bit, b squared on b squared, that obviously is just 1. This will simplify down to just a, and that will be 4. Thus I've got 4a here. Now doing the second one, and I wrote it here. Now the second part, negative 24ab squared, again divided by our highest common factor. Split the fraction up, negative 24 on 4, a on a, that should be b squared on b squared. Let me just fix that up. I know I didn't worry about it because I knew they were going to cancel out. And then finalized by cancelling out, negative 24 on 4 becomes negative 6, a on a, b on b becomes 1, and thus we are finished. Thank you, everyone.